From the very first second, something felt different at the Grammy Museum, Los Angeles. Not the usual excitement, not the usual fan buzz, but something sharper, deeper, almost tense, like the air itself knew that tonight could become one of those moments people talk about for years. The seats were filled, the lights dimmed ever so slightly, and the entire room seemed to hold its breath as fans waited for the door to open. And then, without warning, the atmosphere shifted. A ripple went through the crowd, a wave of anticipation rising like a heartbeat. ROSÉ of BLACKPINK was about to walk onto that stage, and every single person in the room could feel that this wasn't just an appearance. This was something else, something brewing. When Rose stepped into the spotlight, the reaction wasn't loud at first. It was stunned. People looked at her like they were seeing a rare event unfold right in front of them, something delicate and powerful at the same time. She carried herself with that familiar grace, the soft smile, the gentle wave, the warmth she always brings into a room, but tonight her energy felt different. More grounded, more certain, more like someone who had been holding a secret quietly in her heart and was finally ready to let it breathe. The applause eventually erupted, echoing through every corner of the Clive Davis Theater. Cameras rose, voices shook, and yet, when she sat down, the entire room went silent again. Not out of fear, but out of pure, focused anticipation. Everyone knew that Rose wasn't a dramatic person. She doesn't reveal things boldly. She reveals them slowly, subtly, with little cracks of truth that slip out between smiles and shy laughter. And that is exactly why the tension was so intense. Because fans sensed that tonight, even if just for a moment, she might let something slip. The interviewer began with her Grammy nominations, and Rose responded with her signature modesty. She talked about the surreal feeling of being acknowledged for her music, about how she never imagined standing among names she grew up admiring. Her voice trembled with gratitude, but beneath that gratitude, there was another layer, a spark that hinted at something bigger, a shift toward the future, a direction forming quietly beneath her words, almost invisible unless you listened closely. And then, in the middle of discussing her journey, came the question that changed the energy instantly. The interviewer leaned in slightly and asked her how she felt about performing more, not just for special shows or award stages, but for something more continuous, something that would let her connect with fans city after city. The crowd froze. Someone in the back gasped. Even Rose seemed caught off guard for a moment. Her eyes widened. She laughed softly, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear, and that tiny hesitation was all it took for the entire room to lean forward. She tried to answer casually at first, choosing her words with care, but her voice carried a nervous excitement, like a secret trying to escape. Then she said it. Not dramatically, not loudly, but honestly. "I might do it soon." The room exploded. People clapped. Some covered their faces. Others looked at their friends with eyes wide open. But Rose wasn't done. She raised her hand a little, as if asking for a moment. The crowd quieted again, and she added more softly, "It's brewing. I will be touring." No scream from the audience could overpower the weight of those words. Fans in the room knew instantly that what she said wasn't an accident. It wasn't a random comment. It was something she had been thinking about, something she had been preparing for, even if she hadn't said it publicly until now. And the internet, watching through clips and streams, felt it too. That was the moment everything shifted. From that point onward, the interview transformed. Every sentence she spoke felt charged with new meaning. When she talked about her music, it sounded like she was describing pieces of a larger story. When she mentioned connecting with her fans, there was an unmistakable longing in her voice, like she was already imagining the faces in the crowd, the lights, the stage, the shared breath before a song begins. Even the way she spoke about her fears felt different, less like hesitation and more like preparation for something she had decided to face. Halfway through, the performance began. Rose stood before the audience, holding her guitar like it was an extension of her heart. The first note she sang cut through the air with a softness, so intense it felt like time slowed down. The room fell silent, not out of obligation, but because the emotion in her voice demanded silence. Every lyric vibrated with vulnerability, and every pause between her words felt like a hidden message. People watching online could feel it too. Comments flying, rewinds happening, hearts racing. Fans around the world were trying to decode every glance, every sigh, every delicate shift in her tone. Was this a preview of what her future tour might feel like? In the middle of her performance, she looked up briefly and gave a smile that didn't feel rehearsed. It felt like a promise. The kind of promise that doesn't need to be spoken because the emotion already said everything. A promise that yes, she was ready. Yes, she wanted this. And yes, it might happen sooner than anyone expected. The interview resumed afterward, and the audience stayed locked in. No one moved. No one blinked. Rose continued speaking with a newfound softness, like she felt lighter after finally letting the words out. She talked about the stories she wants to tell, the emotions she wants to share, the memories she hopes to create. She said she had been thinking deeply about her future, about what feels right, about what feels true. Her voice carried a quiet confidence that only appears when an artist is standing at the edge of a new chapter, aware of its weight, but ready to step into it. Toward the end, she gave one more subtle hint. Not a loud confirmation, not a detailed plan, but a gentle line filled with meaning. I think soon, I'll finally be ready. That line didn't just close the event. It opened a door fans have been waiting years to see her walk through. A door leading to stages, arenas, lights, songs, tears, joy, and moments that will live forever in the hearts of those who witness them. As she stood up to leave, the room rose with her. The applause felt endless, like waves crashing against the walls. Rose placed her hand on her chest in gratitude, and even though she didn't say it out loud, her expression revealed everything. She felt the love, she felt the support, and she felt the world waiting for her. This is where you, listening right now, become part of the story. Because the next time Rose steps onto a stage for her own show, the next time her name lights up a tour poster, the next time she sings the opening note in front of thousands, she will remember the fans who stayed, the fans who watched closely, the fans who held on to every word, the fans who believed in her before the announcement was official. And in this moment, one thing is clear. Her words weren't random. Her timing wasn't accidental. Everything she shared at the Grammy Museum Los Angeles wasn't just an interview. It was a beginning, a quiet, powerful beginning of something she has been building for a long time. And as she stood there under the soft museum lights, Rose gave one last look to the fans in the room, a look that felt like a promise. Not a vague hint, not an empty teaser, but the kind of quiet certainty that only appears when an artist is truly ready for her next step. People leaned forward without realizing it, sensing that they had just witnessed the beginning of something bigger than a tour announcement. It felt like the start of a new chapter, one written with confidence, freedom, and the fire of someone who finally knows exactly where she wants to go. Stay ready. Stay listening. Stay close. Because when Rose finally steps forward and announces her solo tour, it won't just be news. It will be history. A history you're about to witness with your own eyes.